Okay, everybody, this is Tony, back with another edition of Tony's Topics. I want to talk to you today about the Amazon load board in the Amazon Relay app itself. Um, I'm going to have several videos on the Amazon app as it pertains to the drivers and then the carriers or owners uh, access that is not through the app, but is rather through the website. But this is for the drivers, or if you're an owner operator one truck, this you'll use the app as a driver. So you'll be this will be good for you as well. So what you do is you open up Relay once you download it from either Google or the Apple Store. Download it. And I'm sorry, I can't remember how you configure it. I know you have to use an email address. You have to sign on through Amazon and so forth. But if I could do it, anybody could do it. Anyway, so once you get it opened up and you're ready to use, I'm just going to go back here for a minute. Okay, this is what it looks like. You can't see my finger, so I'm going to have to describe where I'm looking. So upper left right there where it says relay, that's what it's going to look like. Once you tap on that, this is the first screen you come to. If you have a trip assigned to you from the carrier, and sometimes, like I said, if you're an owner operator, you'll be the carrier, so you would have assigned yourself a trip. It'll show up here. Just as soon as you open up the screen, it'll show up. It'll be there. Um, Now, upper left-hand corner, you see the three lines there. All right, that's the menu. You got trips, get a pass, load board, history, vehicles, support center, about. We'll talk about some of those other things in other videos. Right now, we're going to go down and we're going to click on load board because that's what this video is all about. When you click on the load board, this is the relay load board. I'm going to tell you that there's two models within the Amazon transportation department. There's relay, which is pretty much spot market loads, and then there's like the dedicated runs with the larger carriers, 5, 6, 7 trucks, or even JB Hunt has a lot of stuff going on here, and I guess they bid for those, and those are contracts. I can't speak to that. I don't know anything about it, but this is the spot market. Okay, this is where it comes to. Uh, you can save searches. You see the green bar right there. I have some searches saved. Salt Lake City anywhere, one way. Salt Lake City pretty much anywhere, both round trips and one way. And Reno anywhere. These are areas that I work. Okay, and so whenever I'm close to one of those areas, or I know I'm going to be there, I'll go in and let's say like right now I have Las Vegas anywhere one way. So if I tap the pencil to the right of that, just tap the pencil, you'll see the check mark there. Subscribe to receive email alerts when new work is available. So when new work comes available that starts in Las Vegas and goes anywhere and is only one way, I'm going to get an email alert, and I'm going to show you one of those in a minute, okay? Um, so I do have a couple of alerts set up. I have all of these searches set up, but only two of them right now are set up for alerts. Okay. Now, when you search, let me just get out of here and go back into it. When you do your search, the first under the saved searches there, you see round trips and one way. Tap on that, and you can do one way, round trips, and one way. A lot of Amazon trips are round trip. Now, the great thing about the round trips are most of the time, I would say 95% of the time, you're empty one way and you're loaded back. Um, and I would say that 90% of the loads are probably 15,000 pounds or less. And I would say most of them are probably 10,000 or less. I think I took a load yesterday from Salt Lake down to Las Vegas, and it was only, I think there was 4 pallets in it, 4 pallets in the nose. All right, back to the load board. This is how you search. Round trips one way. Okay, origin. When you click on origin, your domicile is going to pop up. So it used to be that they would allow you to put multiple domiciles in there. depending on where you worked. Just about a month or so ago, they changed their policy and said whatever state you're in and wherever your terminal is in that state, your domicile is going to be whatever Amazon building is closest to that. So it's kind of a pain in the ass a little bit, and I can't explain it to you because it'll make this video too long. But it'll be explained to you when I go into the carriers or the owners um, relay account. Okay, but for now, Origin City. Let's say I'm just going to go ahead and click on Salt Lake City, but I can type in anything I want. Okay, and let's just say anywhere. And departure date, nah, it doesn't really work when you put in a departure date. It's going to give you everything that's available. Okay, you see the green down arrow button or the white down arrow in the green box. If you click on that, scroll up. The only thing I normally do in here is I put trailer status is provided because is a lot of work here. If a owner or a carrier has their own trailers, there's a lot of work if you have your own trailer. I prefer doing power only. So power only, the trailer is provided for me. So I generally check that. I generally check solo. Depending, I'll sometimes even check team because every now and then a load will come up between Salt Lake and San Bernardino, and it's over 600 miles, but it's doable legally. It's doable if you work your stuff right. So I will sometimes put solo and team. Okay, I don't worry about the money down here or anything. Normally it's just those three boxes right there, and that's what's going to come up. Now, this is the only thing that comes up. So here we go. All right, did everything, and it comes up right away. This is the only trip available right now is Salt Lake City to Salt Lake City. So this is a round trip. I'm going to show you a few things in here real quick, okay? And then I'm going to explain this congratulations you unlocked early access thing. So if you want to see what the trip actually entails, you see to the left of Salt Lake City, you see a 1 and a 4. That means you have 4 stops, okay? So click on the first Salt Lake City, like just in the middle, just wherever in the middle of that. And you can't see it, but it's opened up for you. So scroll up. And here, this tells me that the first leg is Salt Lake City to Las Vegas, 5. And then I'm going from Las Vegas 5 to DUT1, which is another Salt Lake City location. And then from DUT1, I'm going back to Salt Lake City 1, okay? Now, if you want to know more, this just tells you where you're going, okay? If you want to know more, also, hold on, let's go back to the here. See where it says Salt Lake City next to the 1 and the 4? That's a really quick look at say, okay, let me see, that trip starts on Wednesday, July 31st at 22:45. 10:45 in the evening, and it's going to end at Friday at 04:41 in the morning. Okay, so that'll give you a quick idea of whether or not you can take the trip. Now, here's a great thing. You can show up early. You don't have to show up at 22:45. I've shown up a couple of hours early sometimes, and sometimes you'll get a notification on your phone that a load is ready like 4 or 5 hours early, and you can go pick it up if it works into your schedule. Okay, but normally, for that load right there, 22:45, I would probably show up at around 9:30 maybe, see if it's ready, and then you pretty much always finish. So that number 4 there, you pretty much always finish early. Tonight I finished about 2 hours earlier than the schedule told me. So you can arrive early, and 99.9% of the time they'll go ahead and take you when you arrive early. If you're arriving and you're picking up an empty, so that 22:45, I'd probably show up at like 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or something to pick up an empty. It's not getting loaded. It's an empty sitting in the yard. It's ready to go. I might want to get my my day started early. And let me tell you how you know whether or not it's an empty. So let's scroll back up. So let's click on the first one, SLC1 to LAS5. All right, now we're looking at the trip, okay? Look at where it says equipment. Look to the right. That's a colored in box or a colored in circle, okay? 53-foot trailer. They've already got the trailer assigned because it has the trailer number there, and it says preloaded. That does not mean the trailer is ready to go now. It just says that you're picking up a preloaded trailer. Um, you can check back on that since this is a loaded trailer, okay, it's not an empty. You can check back on that tomorrow, like around, you start around like 6 o'clock, and you'll see statuses there where it says preloaded. You'll see something that says indoor 178 and the process of being loaded. And then it'll come up and say ready to be picked up. Now, sometimes it'll say ready to be picked up here, but you won't get a notification on your phone. So it's a good idea to probably check for notifications or to check to see if the trailer is done through the app, just like we're doing right here. Okay. And then you can just go pick it up. Even if it's 5 hours early, just go pick it up. They're ready for it to be gone. As a matter of fact, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get an email saying, hey, can your team pick up this trailer? It's ready early. All right. So you have the stop, you got your equipment, you got your arrival time. You need to arrive by 10:45 in the evening, and you're going to depart at 11. Okay, this is your schedule. Departure time tells you 414.6 miles, which is going to be off maybe a half a mile or 1 mile. Okay, I mean they're pretty good about that. All right, and then you're going to go down to number two. Says you're taking it to LAS 5. All right, LAS 5. There's two Amazon locations within a half a mile of this area. So there's LAS 5. They want you to be there by 6:23. Okay. Um, Salt Lake to Vegas to LAS 5 is a 6.5 hour run if you don't stop. I do it several times, so you'll get there in plenty of time. Okay. Um, so they want you there by 6:23, and they're saying that you're going to depart. If you look at this now, you're going to depart at 17:22 in the afternoon. Big time gap there. So what that's telling you is once you drop the trailer, you are taking your 10-hour break, okay, before you show back up at LAS 5 again. So let's click on this second area right here, this number 2 and the 3. Let's click on that. You're going to show back up at LAS 5 at, well, you're going to depart at 17:22, and you're going to be up, they want you up here in Salt Lake by 03:24. They say you're going to depart at 04:24. Now, I'll pretty much guarantee you that this next one's going to be an empty trailer because I've done this route. So it's another load. All right, so you're loaded both ways, Salt Lake, Vegas, Vegas, Salt Lake. And then when you get up to Salt Lake, you're going to go to this other location here in Salt Lake, and you see how this, look next to equipment there, 53-foot trailer, see how that circle is plain, there's nothing in it, it's not shaded. That means that's an empty trailer. Okay, so once you drop a trailer there at DUT1 in West Valley City, then you're going to pick up this empty trailer and you're going to bring it about 5 miles and you're going to drop it off here at SLC1. Okay, and they say you're going to be done by 05:11. You'll probably be done with this trip by 3 o'clock in the morning if all goes right. Now look at the bottom left hand corner here. The left is the money. All right, you'll also see the money somewhere else that gives you a breakdown of actually what the mile per mile rate is. It's usually in the email or it's somewhere. If I find it, I'll show it to you. This breaks it down to you what you're expected to be paid out, and the one right next to it is just the map. Just tells you where your stops are. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. What else can I tell you about the app itself? This right here, congratulations. Now you will not see this as a new owner operator. Okay, congratulations, you unlocked early access. So they rate you. I don't want to get into this right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you the owner's side of it. They rate me on-time performance, my tender acceptance, and app usage. All three of those have to be above 90%. Okay, the on time, that's one late that I had that was their fault, that for some reason they haven't changed back to show that it's on time, but it doesn't affect my early access, so I'm not worried about it. Tender acceptance is if you accept a load and then you later decide you don't want the load, then that goes against you. App usage. They want you to use the app 100% of the time when you arrive at a facility, inside the facility, and when you leave the facility. Okay, and I'll have a video about how to do that as well. So um, that's how I unlocked this early access. And let me show you what that means. So there are loads. I'm just flipping through this real fast. I'm sorry because I'm trying to find something so I can. Oh, there we go. All right, you see this? See this load right here? Uh, ACY1 West something going to Hazleton, PA. All right, look at the money, 325. Oh, there's the breakdown, 278 a mile. Look to the right of that. See that lock? Okay, that lock means that I can see that load, but you cannot. Okay, I get early access to that load if I want it. There's something special about it. I have no idea what it is. I don't work over there. Now here's San Bernardino to San Bernardino. It's okay. It's about a day and 6 hours. It looks like, or something like that. A little bit more maybe. I don't know what's so special about that. I mean, the money looks, I mean, okay, but it's an early access. No one else can see that except for me and other people who have early access to loads that have their numbers above 90%. Now, I think I had about maybe 20 loads in or 25 loads in before they averaged everything out and gave me early access. Okay, so it does, you're not going to get early access because your first load was on time and you used the app and you didn't cancel it. It's going to take you 20, 25 loads and they'll give you this early access. Anyway, so that's it. That's a quick rundown of the load board on Amazon Relay. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. You can email me at Tony@encoretrucks.com, trucks plural, Tony at encoretrucks.com, ENCORE, Encore Trucks, or leave a comment down below. All right, until next time, folks, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.